hackers, welcome to episode 18 of The Commit. I'm Richard.
And I'm Neal.
Neal, fresh off a hackathon at home.
That's right, I went to YHack, took the little Metro North train all the way to New Haven, hang out with my parents, and got to see some hacks and hackers.
Awesome. So how was it then? Good hackathon?
Yeah, it was great. It was at the Payne Whitney Gym, which is this huge, giant gym, which looks like a church.
Cool.
I don't know why, but it does. Yeah, there was a lot more space. They had some cool food trucks, and they had the award ceremony and the final demos at the Commons, which looks just like Hogwarts.
Oh, that's awesome. So how did everything go? Did you get inspired to build any new projects?
Yeah, so I actually got a chance to sort of run judging, and we had 36 judges, about 200 projects, and it made me realize we just need a better large hackathon judging process. So since the table numbers app I built worked really well there, I'm going to maybe start working on something for judging soon.
That's cool, and that segues me rather conveniently into the topic that I wanted to talk about on today's commit.
Almost like we planned it.
Almost. It's probably the only bit of the show that's properly planned. But I wanted to talk about being a hacker at work, right? So you're like the closest thing we have to a hacker in residence. And how do you choose? And for people that know Neal, he built a lot of side projects that kind of like dovetail with Devpost functionality and really help extend the utilities. So how do you decide what projects to take on?
Sure. So I always look for smaller sort of quality of life issues. It might be a personal problem that I have with marketing, which is I just don't want to send the same email 100 times, so I'm going to automate that. Or maybe it's something like table numbers where everyone really needed a solution, but no one really had time to spend on it, or they weren't really sure how to approach it. So I said, okay, that's a small issue that could have a big impact. Let me take a look at that.
Cool. And then kind of what's your process in terms of what do you aim for? You aim for learning, or you want to get something that has a lot of utility?
Yeah, so it's kind of both of those, but I definitely first and foremost think of it as a learning experiment. So I don't have to use the same technology I used before. I don't have to use Rails like we use here.
Right.
I can use Python, or I could just write a static page. So I think that's maybe like the best part that you can take out of sort of like the hacker and hackathon ethos is that you can build it however you want. Just try to keep learning something every time, because that's a great opportunity.
What happens there then? So let's say you build something that's really useful, right? Like how does that then graduate to becoming a product?
Well, I have to do a good demo. I have to convince everyone around me that this is then worth them spending time on. If I go to Holly and I say, can you help me design this so it looks pretty? She'll say, is it actually going to work? Like, is it going to provide benefit to someone? And so I have to show her that it does. So I have to be able to sort of present my business case for it. And then maybe she'll bless me with a little bit of her design time and talent.
So I'm not going to suggest this would ever happen to you, but what happens when you don't build that case, right? When basically you build something, it's a bit meh, or it doesn't really work, or maybe, you know what I mean.
Right, well, not everything that I build is going to work, and that's great, right? If it doesn't work, or it doesn't seem to help people out, then you kind of throw it away. Maybe you save the code, maybe it'll be useful in the future, but you find another problem and you go work on that. It's totally okay to kill your little baby if that baby is not performing well.
Well, let's check out some other babies that perform pretty well. Staff picks.
My pick is MovieRings from YHack, which is an interesting way of looking at the progression of color for movies. It kind of turns like colors into the rings that you would see of like a tree if you cut it open. So using FFmpeg, you actually split all the video frames out of a movie, average the color of each frame, and then use Pygame to then sort of create that sort of tree ring plot of color. So you can see,
cool.
So you can identify different scenes based on sort of like their average color. So like a really red scene, a really green scene, stuff like that.
This is a proper movie nerd hack. I love it.
Yeah.
So my project is Go Shift, and this was actually built by a team at Citrus Hack. And as a cyclist, I love this. What it does is it takes the vibration and the cadence that you're moving at, and cadence for non-cyclists is the speed at which you're spinning the cranks or turning your legs. And based on this, it recommends the optimal gear you should be in. So it tells you whether you should be shifting up or shifting down. So really cool, kind of like real world physical Arduino hack. It's a cool project.
Yeah, although don't you drive a single speed?
No, I stopped the single speed after the collarbone. So, okay folks, that's all we got time for on this week's commit. Happy hacking.
Happy hacking.